Hello Cobra fam, welcome back to another video. I'm actually very excited for today's episode because we've finally gotten some nice price action here on Bitcoin. We opened our long here, so I'm going to discuss the new long position I've opened on Bitcoin. Also, before we jump into the video, I recorded with Camel Finance a very interesting episode, which will be up tomorrow on Camel Finance's channel. I'll put his YouTube link in the description. Make sure you go and follow him. We had a very interesting discussion. We spoke about where we can find the Bitcoin cycle low because Camel Finance is a cycle trader and he's expecting a cycle low to form soon here on Bitcoin before then we'll move to the upside. So we spoke about macro targets on Bitcoin. We spoke about gold, silver, stock market, Ethereum. So make sure you hit subscribe. He's one of the best traders out there. One of the few channels I follow personally. So I really recommend you guys follow him if you don't already. And tomorrow I'll be on his channel, so make sure you watch that episode. I'll announce it here again tomorrow. So that's it for before we jump into the video. Make sure you follow Camel. And before we jump into here the short time frame here on Bitcoin and discuss my new long that I opened, I want to thank you guys. Yesterday I got so many positive comments on yesterday's video. I've never gotten so many comments before. I just want to say, guys, it means a lot to me. I see that a lot of you enjoy these daily updates, and I'll continue with the daily updates because I see the majority wants that. So just really want to thank you all. It means a lot to me. I got so many comments. Never got so many comments before in a video. So I really appreciate you all. So let's jump straight into the analysis. So let's come here on the daily time frame. So what did we speak about yesterday? We're still sitting in our 3 longs here, and we opened a 4th long as well, which we're going to look in a second. In yesterday's video, we spoke about that Bitcoin has been inside this range here. So if we zoom in here on the daily time frame, I said that usually the first move out of the range, I'll just remove these trades here so we can see the chart clearer. So as I said, Bitcoin has been in this 3% range here, and I said usually the first move out is incorrect. So I said I would like for Bitcoin to come down and sweep the lows once again. You hear me probably said this for the past 2 weeks, that I wait for Bitcoin to sweep the lows, and that's what we did now. We swept the lows here for like the 100th time, and right now I think Bitcoin looks ready to be able to do something like this. Not saying this is going to happen, but the stage looks ready here. And so far, 50% of what we're expecting happened. We got basically came out this range here, formed the wick. Right now we're back inside the range. We could probably range for a while before then we break to the upside. So there's a big possibility that we just put in the cycle low here, and we're going to see more chop before then Bitcoin takes off and we start heading towards my macro target. On the shorter time frame, this was a pitchfork we spoke about in yesterday's video. This pitchfork, if you follow my Twitter, if you follow this channel, I've been speaking about this pitchfork for almost 2 weeks now. You're probably getting tired of me talking about this pitchfork, but we can't deny how accurate this median line has been. This is absolutely absurd. This is what I posted also yesterday here on Bitcoin. I said, are you ready to long the median line for the 100th time? We came right to the dollar, right down to 93.3K, just as we spoke about in yesterday's video here. So if you haven't watched yesterday's video, make sure you go watch it. I was speaking about, I would like to see one more dump here to the median line. Even though I've tested the median line so many times, I said most likely we're going to have a bounce at least, even if it's not the macro low. I still think it's worth going long there because we're going to have a bounce. Because this median line, every time we basically touch it, it's not a straight support line. So as I said, if you have a straight support line, you have multiple touches, then yes, I would not long after multiple touches because the odds are you're going to break it. But when it's a median line, we can see every time we touch it, we're sweeping the previous lows here. And that's why we're getting these bounces here. So every time we touch the median line again, Bitcoin forms a lower low, which is a good thing. In my opinion, because that allows for the market to take out the old liquidity before we can resume to the upside. So far, everybody's probably asking me now, Cobra, are the cycle low in? And to be 100% honest with you guys, I really don't know. I spoke a little bit more in detail exactly what I'm looking at, which will be up on Camel's channel tomorrow. So make sure you watch that video tomorrow. A little bit where we can find the exact cycle low. But at the moment, I think it's worth for me to staying in this long. I'm just being transparent to you what I'm doing. I did pull some profits here, but I'm going to try to ride this long as high as possible. 2 things we can look at. We can look at the liquidation heat map here. So the liquidation heat map, we came down, we grabbed the liquidity, which had very nice confluence with the median line. Of course, once again, the liquidity keeps building below. So this liquidity down here at 92K didn't really exist right now. It started piling up some liquidity below us, but we can't deny how much liquidity there is above us. So we can also zoom in here on the 2-week chart. Let's see how the liquidation heat map looks on the 2-week chart. So yes, we still have some liquidity at 93K, let's call it 92.8 or 93K here, but we also have a lot of liquidity here at 99K. So still, Bitcoin is basically in this range. So if you come back here on the monthly chart, we're basically in this range. We swept the lows, and I would like for now Bitcoin to continue higher. What I'm looking for confirmation is if we start breaking outside this pitchfork. So if you guys remember, I posted this on Twitter as a joke. I said this is my prediction for Bitcoin for the whole 2025. So this actually, I posted this when I posted 11th of February. So I posted this basically 10 days ago, and I posted this as a joke, but it's actually, so far it has turned out to be true. We are somewhere here. We had like 1, 2, I think we're like the third bounce right now from the median line. So we have to see. What I'm looking at personally is a break of this white line up here. So really like for Bitcoin to break 98K for me to flip very, very bullish. And I will show you why also this line here is important, because what we don't want to see is Bitcoin rejecting here, coming back again, or doing something like that and then rejecting, because that could allow us to go lower. And of course we have lower targets as well, but at the moment I'm long here, moving stop, and have moved the stop loss to break even. So what I'm looking at is we can remove this pitchfork for a second, and we can apply a new pitchfork here. So what we want to do is use the lowest low, the highest high, and the recent lows. These are the pitchfork rules here. And this will also give us a target around 98, or let's call it 99K, this median line. So if in fact the lows are in, I'm not saying we have to go to this median line, but if we start getting a daily close above the 0.5 line here on Bitcoin, which so far it's pushing here, but if we start rejecting, yes, I'll be wrong about this pitchfork. As I've been saying, I don't want to call too much, make too many crazy predictions, because we have to remember Bitcoin is still in this chop mode, range mode here. But if in fact the lows are in here, I think the next target is going to be 99K. So this is going to be very important resistance for us to break. If we start rejecting here, we could go lower. But if we start breaking 99K, I think we can confirm the lows are in, and then we can start calling for higher targets. And basically, that's when we can start this final fifth wave here on the macro chart to the upside, or at least have some stronger confirmation that yes, in fact, the lows are in and Bitcoin can finally start taking off. So these are the things I'm looking at. Long and strong at the moment. As I'm speaking right now, Bitcoin is pumping. So my next target is 99K. We can also add the Fibonacci. We spoke about this in the VIP. If we pull from the highs here to the lows, we had the 0.31 here. We found small resistance. You can also come with the normal chart. Small resistance. Right now, I'm waiting for a daily close. So on the short time frame, I want to see a daily close above 96.2K. If we get a daily close above 96.2K, I'll be very, very bullish. And then the odds are that we're going to fly straight to 99K. But if we start rejecting here, we get like an ugly wick here, then yes, we could go lower. But at the moment, Bitcoin does look relatively bullish here. And I'm ready to start calling for 99K. I'm not calling yet. I'll tell you guys, I'm very skeptic here yet. I'm long here, but I'm cautious. I have stop loss at break even. I did pull partial profits here today. But if in fact we caught the cycle low, then Bitcoin has much higher to go still. And that's just going to be our first target, 99K. But so far, it looks good to me. One thing that I don't love at the moment, which we discussed in yesterday's live stream, is the open interest. So we can check here the open interest chart. Above, we can see the Bitcoin chart. Below, we can see the open interest. So we can see every time Bitcoin has made these major lows, it correlates. If you look here above, for example, back here in January, when Bitcoin had this big low here, it correlated with the open interest going down. So every basically low here, we can see it correlates with the open interest getting flushed. Yesterday, we made the low, but open interest starts spiking. And I'll attach this chart here. I'll show you what I posted for the VIP members here. So let me just copy the image and paste it here. So here we can see a clearer picture of the open interest. So we can see here every time Bitcoin has these major lows, it correlates with the open interest basically getting destroyed. But look here yesterday. Yesterday was something else. We made the low and open interest is spiking. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know what to make of this exactly. I think this is strange, and this is one thing that makes me not very confident to say that the lows are in. So, as I said, long here, but very, very cautious. I don't love seeing open interest spiking while Bitcoin going down. I would like to see the opposite. But now we saw something, usually open interest spike when Bitcoin spikes. But right now we saw Bitcoin not spiking, Bitcoin going down and open interest spiking. So let me know, guys, in the comment what you think of this. I think personally this is not a bullish signal. You can check the entire history of Bitcoin. Every time we make a macro low, it correlates with the open interest getting flushed. So if in fact there's a macro low here, that would be one of the first times before then Bitcoin goes to the upside. So I'm very, I'm not confident to say that, yes, this was a macro low and right now it's only higher from here. So still long here. I still think Bitcoin can push, and we're looking at this resistance level here. As I said, the 0.31, which we're currently challenging as we're speaking. So we're waiting for a daily close above 96.2K. If we get a daily close above 96.2K, I'll be bullish. I really don't want to see Bitcoin start rejecting here. Then probably we're going to come back down to this median line, and then we take it from there. And hopefully this doesn't happen here. So we want basically for Bitcoin to break out of this annoying range that we've been just up and down inside. So this is kind of what I'm looking at, guys. Make sure to smash the likes if you enjoy my Bitcoin analysis. I think we nailed it to the wall, this target here. So far, of course, we haven't broken the all-time highs yet, but we absolutely nailed it. So make sure, guys, you're in the Discord, because I was live here yesterday. We actually caught this on live stream. If not, I also have Telegram. It will be in the pinned comment, my Telegram. You can join my Telegram. I also post my live charts there. And before the end the video, I want to quickly cover Ethereum here, because I know you guys are asking me about Ethereum. Ethereum here, still bullish. I'm still sitting in my long. Nothing too much to say in general here. If we come on the 4-hour, there's really not much to say here. I think Ethereum is just going to continue to chop here. You can use the log scale or the normal scale. Log scale have slightly higher target, lower target here. So I'm still waiting for Ethereum to go to 3K. I think it's just a matter of time before Ethereum goes to 3,000. But right now we need to first see Bitcoin having this impulsive move to the upside, because Ethereum is just going to continue to chop here, sitting long here, but sooner or later we should go to the upside on Ethereum. So nothing too much to say here regarding Ethereum. So that's basically all it for today, guys. I'll keep you guys updated. Pay attention to these two areas I'm looking at right now. Once again, Bitcoin is at resistance. We need to pay attention to this. We don't want to see it starting to reject from there. So that's it, guys, for today. Make sure to be inside the Telegram. I post very important charts there. Make sure you go to subscribe to Camel, and I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you so much for all the love I've gotten, guys. I appreciate all of you. I love you all. See you again, guys, tomorrow.